hold the thought that we are practicing sexual purity and we do not have to be emotionally connected. It's a lie from the pit of hell. So someone asked me, are you talking about brothers or sisters? Next question might not be, what is my business in this as a mindset coach? You are new to this channel and to this series. What I am doing is shifting mindsets common among Christians who practices purity culture. Such mindsets impact negatively the practice of purity culture. Like I said, shifting the mindsets that damages purity culture or make it look like it's not something anybody should do. So, who are the people I expect to watch this? Believers, brother, sisters, married, single, engaged, everyone. Perhaps your marriage is going through some of the things that I want to mention here, or your relationship, or your life, or your mindset. So, remember to share with someone and let's continue the series. Like I promised, I'll be shifting 5 mindsets, and this is the second one I want to shift: emotional blind spots. From my personal story, I see God taught me how to be connected emotionally to myself and with people, creating boundaries, and yet not luring it into sexual bondage. So, is it possible for me to practice sexual purity without blind spotting my emotions? Yes, it is. So, take a deep breath with me. Before we move on, let me quickly add that purity isn't just about physical activity. Sometimes it involves creating the necessary boundary for your emotion. So you're practicing sexual purity, but you lost. You haven't trained your emotion to caution feelings. So what you are doing is that your body is abstaining, but your mind, your thoughts, everything has an expression of sexual that will impact sexual purity. And when I say impact, it's going to be negatively. Error in emotionally blind spotting yourself is that you're protecting your body while ignoring or not relating well with your emotion. Here are few things that you will observe about yourself. Rush into relationship without understanding your emotion and the emotion of people involved. So you go through heartbreak, or people tend to neglect you, or you tend to show up emotionally vulnerable in a space that you shouldn't. It's a blind spot. There is no truthfulness to your own emotion. And while I just want to sound a warning and a concern, this is not just something that will happen because you are practicing sexual purity. This is something that would also happen if you haven't attained a certain level of maturity, growth, and self-acceptance, and many other things. So it's not just sexual purity. But then, my audience on this is sexual purity practice, friends, Christians, and family. Another impact that will likely happen is you tend to create an abrupt soul tie, soul engagement, a commitment that you have not genuinely studied people. See, this second one is different from the first one because you're already having fantasy about the future of the relationship, about yourself, about this person and you, in what you said you are abstaining from. You say we are abstaining or we are practicing sexual purity and all this is going on in our mind. we are not really totally practicing sexual purity because you have left yourself vulnerable. No, 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 no. This is not about you sinning yet. Hold on. This is about you leaving yourself vulnerable. Remember David, he just saw that beautiful woman. He just saw. So it's like your mind is already in the act, but your body is not there. So sexual purity is compromised. And I feel sometimes we do not also know how to cut it. So one of those things I've seen God help us to do when we practice sexual purity is train our emotion more than He wants to train our body. Train our mind more than He wants to train your sexuality. Make you understand your body composition, your body, the way your body expresses itself, the way your body feels at certain times with certain hormonal influences. How can you control it? How will you not be able to give into it? Here is the third one. When you emotionally blind spot yourself. So you tend to look for attention and love from whosoever cares to give it to you. You tend to look for it. You tend to become extremely, I won't say vulnerable, because I believe vulnerability is openness, freely opening, but with a lot of emotional intelligence. But then I feel like this one has no boundary. You're just vulnerable. So you tend to be extremely overwhelmed and you need people to show up for you. So every time you do that, you don't bond well with people. So this is what now happens to you. You don't bond well, you don't settle well, you're not valued, you don't value others, you only believe love is about the attention people give you and not just what you have to give to yourself, give for yourself or to yourself or to others. It's always about you. While we practice sexual purity, if we cannot overcome the need to love and be loved as a thing that should happen between me and my Savior, between me and myself, between me loving my moment with Christ. Solution. So this series is going to come with solution. Number one, place value on your emotion as much as you're placing value on your sexuality. Place value on how you fantasize a stable emotion than how you fantasize an intimacy you abstain from. Number two, learn healthy connection. Learn to connect more healthily with people such that if there is need for detaching or you don't go further when it is not necessary, learn to connect. Have relationship checklists. Yes, while I was preparing this, I just remembered when I was still single. I have relationship checklist, and that is not me checking can I marry this person or not. It's about me knowing the feelings that is not good for me. Yeah, I'm putting that feeling aside to pray and check. So you need to understand your relationship checklist. How do I feel when I meet this person? At what time am I doing too much? At what time do I need to detach? You see, this will control your pace and your boundary. Sometimes you have to switch off your phone. Sometimes you have to let people go. Sometimes you have to disconnect. You cannot afford to enable. If what is happening to you is lost infatuation towards someone and you haven't had clarity to go on ahead, I think you should give them space so that you can have clarity, so that they can have clarity, and so that you can come back to bond healthily. So I am not the kind of person that says you shouldn't have opposite sex friends, like not bestie in marriage. I'm totally against it. Not besties, but my bestie, my male besties. No, no, no. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is this: can I have good relationship with men, good relationship with women before I get married? Relationship that is mutual, that is not sexual, that is not me bonding with you because I am fantasizing and I enjoy the fantasy of what is happening in my head as a lady or as a guy, but just a mutual closeness, a closeness that is not even breaching anything across our heart. I have friends like that. I do, and I serve with people like that majorly. And this is the conclusion. Need to ask yourself, which blind spots are you working on right now? Is it the oversharing of your emotion, the fantasy, or unhealthy bonding and boundaries, not setting boundaries? Which blind spots are you focusing on right now? Maybe emotional dependency. Growth starts when we can assess ourselves and create the best plan that helps. That is where growth starts from. I'll see you again for the third mindset shift.